All right, for more, let's bring in New York City Councilman Frank Morano, whose spouse is one of the Staten Islanders suing over Mamdani's pied-à-terre tax. So tell us, I've just got to give you an opportunity to respond to this. The mayor doesn't show up at this hearing. He's off on vacation, right? Nobody comes from the city. What do you say? What do you make of that? What does that tell you about City Hall and its intentions?
Well, it tells me they're hiding something. I mean, the idea that litigation can somehow be used as a shield for legislative oversight is total nonsense. We've seen, and I recounted them in my remarks at the city council today, instance after instance where this administration and the previous administration has come before the council and answered questions in the midst of litigation. So what happened is New York City rolled out this new pied-à-terre tax aimed at high-value second homes, and in the process, the city publishes a list tied to nearly 1 million properties and sent about 17,000 notices to homeowners saying they're subject to this surcharge unless they prove otherwise. The problem is, as person after person testified today, no one from the administration, but New Yorker after New Yorker testified it, a lot of people who get swept into this process say the property is not a second home at all. It's their primary residence. My office started getting calls from people saying, Frank, this is where I live. Why am I being treated like I own some luxury second home? That's where I draw the line. Government should verify first, notify second, and then tax last.
Okay, so that makes total sense to me. And I think that's why you've heard the word come out of people's mouths. This was a botched process. But Councilman, can I ask you, do you think the process was really botched from the Mamdani administration's perspective? I have my doubts. What do you think?
I do. I think this was rushed. I think they were eager to get this going before they had done the due diligence, even though the law said it has to do due diligence. I think the rollout and the legislative writing of this on the state aspect, because even though the money goes to the city, it was actually the state that passed this. I think that this is another instance of the state legislature passing a law and the governor signing a law that nobody even bothered to read the details of. And that's why we challenged the rollout in court. My wife, my father,
Frank,
and another home.
Morano, amen and amen to that. I think your audio was just breaking up a little bit there. I do want to ask you, and I think it's important to get you on the record about this. Protesters today were apparently saying that opposition to the tax is a bad faith attempt to prevent paying what they owe in taxes to address an affordability crisis. Are the people who are bringing this suit, are they just not paying their way? Are they refusing to pay their fair share?
Absolutely not. I think they're paying more than their fair share. And a lot of the loudest voices against the implementation of this tax today were people that support the tax. The chair of the Government Operations Committee, Gail Brewer, a Democrat. The woman sitting next to me, Camilla Hanks, a Democrat from Staten Island. They were in favor of the tax because they felt it would save New Yorkers from other tax. They just don't like that all these innocent New Yorkers that were not subject to the tax are getting notices. So you have three very, very bad things happening here. You have the policy itself, which I think is going to drive investment and jobs out of New York. You have the marketing of this tax, which to me plays on the worst kind of class warfare. And then you have the botched rollout, which you know how cynical New Yorkers can be. Yes. This is a surefire way to show a city of 8 million people, Democrat, Republican, and Independent, that the city can't even tax correctly.
Can't even tax correctly.
Yeah, count me among those cynical New Yorkers. But Councilman, we appreciate your perspective today. Thanks very much. And we will continue to follow the fight that you are helping to lead. Thank you.